welcome back to my Why is my camera like this? There we go. Hello, welcome back to my channel. So, 2 good games in a row. My apologies for the background noise, by the way, if you can hear that. 2 good games. There's a sloppy start. I'm gonna be honest. We've had a sloppy start through this season. We started great. We get 2 poor games, now we get 2 great games again. But let's focus on this game for now. And then I'll talk about the overarching season as a whole. I just want to point out, this was a dominant game. Oh, it was a red card. Okay. And we were dominating Napoli before the red card. Go back to why the red card was given. If Di Lorenzo does not make the challenge, Haaland is through, one-on-one, scores. So he had to make the tackle. So we would have been 1-0 up, regardless of a red card or not. Okay, do they fight back more if they have Kevin De Bruyne on that pitch? Which was kind of stupid to take off. And if they have 11 men? Yes. But why are we pretending they were playing well before that red card? They were diabolically bad for the red card. They actually got better at defending after they took that red. Because they just crawled into their box and they retreated and they got scared and they tried to stop playing football. But then you can't play that way for 90 minutes. Or I guess 70. Especially when you're down a man, you just can't play that way. Napoli tried, they failed, because we are very well operated right now. And I look right now at Man City, not at the players, again, I'll get to the players in a moment, but I look at the collective, strong defense, the midfield does not have to do the defense's job. The defense does their own job. Because when the midfield has to do the job of the defense, now the attack has to do the job of the midfield, and now nobody's attacking well. And by the way, the midfield is not going to do the job of the defense as well. And the attack isn't going to do that midfield job as well. So you drag everything down. By having a poor defense, you drag everything down. And your poor defense stops making your attack good. It makes the rest of your team bad. But our defense was good. Incredible, if you may. And by the way, if you think this is just my opinion and I'm waffling, I'm going off Pep Guardiola's own words. I don't remember the exact quote, I'm paraphrasing here, but it goes something along the lines of attacking football and defending football are the same thing. When you defend good, you attack better. And when you attack good, you defend better. Pep Guardiola's own quote. Paraphrasing, I don't remember the exact words, but I'll find out for you guys maybe at some point, not right now. But when your defense has been a big problem all season, not even this season, last season, and you fix that, now you get the chance to shine in midfield with Rodri, who is back, with Tijani, who looked very okay today. I don't think he looked brilliant, but I thought he looked okay, 7 out of 10, something like that. And Foden is back on level, so that midfield is upgraded as well. Now you just have to ask the question, do you have a good front three? The answer is we have Haaland, and Doku played a good game. Doku I'll talk more about. But with that said, let's go player by player here then. There we go. Oh, no. That's not what I meant to do. What is this? Why is there a white line on my screen? Anyhow. Donnarumma. Big man Donnarumma. I mean, you can't complain when you've got a goalkeeper like that. You can't complain with a goalkeeper like that, can you? He did not have to do anything. It's not like Donnarumma had to do anything here this game, but I mean, this is just a goalkeeper, isn't it? This is just a proper goalkeeper. Defense, or he commands the defense, sorry, very well. We've not seen that from previous goalkeepers. He's quick to get to the ball. His passing is good, by the way. He's not put under pressure easily. He's aware of his limitations, which is a big one. Just, you can't go wrong with this guy. Again, he's not been challenged. We only conceded one shot, which again goes to show how dominant we were. Even before the red card, one shot to our, I believe, 5 or 6. We were dominant, absolutely. And I think we had a better chance, by the way, as well. He does make a decent save. It's not like it's an incredible one. He played a few long balls. He was trying to target Haaland, which I liked. But I think Napoli was the wrong team to go long to Haaland for. Because they've got 2 very good centre-backs, as well as Lobotka, who are very good in the air. And Haaland was surrounded by that. So I think that's why the long balls didn't really come off. I just don't think it was the right game for that. But he kept most balls just normal, short passes. And sometimes you have to just clear the ball, just play it long. I mean, he's not had to do a lot. What he has had to do, he did well. I think that's all you can say for Donnarumma. He's a good goalkeeper. He's a commanding goalkeeper. And he just makes us better. He makes us more organized. O'Reilly. I think O'Reilly was probably the weak link if we're going to target anyone out here. But I think that's very harsh on O'Reilly as well. I think O'Reilly played good. I think he just did what he had to. Again, he was not challenged. I'm going to say the same thing of a lot of these defenders here. They were not challenged. I can't remember a single moment where Politano really looked like he was going to take on O'Reilly and leave him trailing. I can't remember that moment. I just can't. O'Reilly going into midfield. We know he's good at that. We know he's good at bombing the box. Yeah, it just looked very comfortable for him. I think O'Reilly had not a lot to do. Guardiola had a bit more to do with passing and stuff because we rely more on him. Going forwards, he had a bit more to do. And defensively, he had like a few moments, I think, at when De Bruyne got onto the ball and tried to pass it through to Højlund. I believe it was Gvardiol or Diaz who got in between that. So he had a few things to do, but honestly, none of these defenders, bar one of them, had too much to do. I think Gvardiol, though, he always looks so good when he's defending. As a centre-back, I think he looks so good when he defends, Gvardiol. And he's so comfortable when he's passing. He looks like a midfielder. You know what, Jake? Gvardiol is like a midfielder who's playing at centre-back, but he's actually better at centre-back. That's what Gvardiol is. Big up Alf, hope you're good. Big up to Godfrey, I'm doing great, thank you for asking. Hey, Man City is finally doing well, so got to ride the wave, you know, I've got to ride the wave. But yeah, Gvardiol, comfy performance, really. I mean, let's be honest. Højlund is never gonna make it difficult for any centre-back, to be fair. But still, he did his job. And they did make substitutions. I mean, it's 4 substitutions, but they did make some. And nobody really troubled either Gvardiol or Diaz. Again, Diaz had nothing to do. I mean, he took a few shots, but none of these players had anything to do. I'm going to give this entire back 4 a 7.5. Husanov, I'll give a 7.8. And the reason why I give him a bit higher is because he was bombing up and down the pitch and stopping counters. So Husanov, I think, was arguably the best defender there, but I mean, none of them had anything to do. And that's a good sign. It shows our defense is competent. Because they could not challenge this defense. They could not get in behind this defense. They could not get through this defense. They could not get to the goalkeeper. And when you're that comfortable and Then, of course, an early red card from Di Lorenzo, which means they're playing on the back foot for the rest of the game. You're gonna be comfy. By the way, the corner we did concede, that was actually good defending to stop it from being a goal. So, there you go. The one moment where we looked troubled in the back, we defended well. But I'll just give a flat 7.5 to all the defenders and goalkeeper, because again, they did not have much to do. Rodri did have much more to do. And now this is going to get interesting. It's not interesting to talk about a bunch of defenders who were not very involved in the game because they didn't have to be. Midfield, I think we just ran through the midfield of Napoli. You can tell, yeah, oh, but Napoli got a red card. Okay, why were we better than Napoli before the red card? Why did Napoli get that red card in the first place? Look at that moment. It's to stop Man City from going one-on-one, specifically Haaland, and scoring. We were dominating that game, and that midfield is why. Rodri looked very fresh. And by the way, he came off the pitch again, I believe, after 60 minutes. Yes, 60 minutes, and he came off the pitch. You fraud! I'm no fraud, bro. I'm no fraud. Doku is our best swinger. I'll get to Doku in a bit. But Rodri, listen. Rodri is not back yet. I think you need to get that right. Rodri looked incredible this game. Has looked okay against Man United. Looked okay against Brighton. But he's not back yet, because when you come back from an ACL, you'll have your good games, and then you'll have a poorer game. Then you'll have a good game again and a poorer game. It's gonna be inconsistent. This was one of his good games. And he's gonna have some poorer games, because he had an ACL injury, and that's fine. And he's gonna have some good games. You need to work it up again. I think the way Rodri played just now doesn't show that he's back and is gonna consistently perform that way. It just shows that the player is still there. And I've said before on this channel, by December, January, by that time period, Rodri is going to be back at his top level. I've said that. But by December, January, Rodri is going to be he's going to be the Ballon d'Or winner again. Now, I think Haaland is better, because I think Haaland has just improved and Rodri has stayed static. But that's not a diss on Rodri. That's just to say how good Haaland is. We have a Ballon d'Or winner in midfield, who's playing at the level of a Ballon d'Or winner. And Nico Gonzalez, when he replaced Rodri, looked comfortable. He didn't look overrun, he didn't look shy, which he did against Man United. He looked comfortable in Rodri's shoes. That six, that defense, that right back, that goalkeeper, our biggest problems last season. Honest to God, when I was watching that Man City game, and I saw that, and go back to my watch along, confirm this if you don't believe me, I said we're gonna win. People were stressing out in my chat, and I said, nah, we're gonna win. Because I saw the way we played, and I remembered, I think it was South Sea for saying we're not gonna score. I knew we were gonna win. The way we were playing, we looked like Man City again. I don't know how long it's been since we have looked like Man City. Yeah, we were more direct, we were playing in a different way, but we looked like Man City. And that's important. Players were smiling, we dominated the game, Rodri was being Rodri, Foden was playing. That's a minor detail there. I was not worried at any moment in that game. Go back, watch my watch along. I was not worried at any point. I just knew the way we were playing, the way Rodri was playing, I knew Napoli is fucked, especially when they took De Bruyne off. Better than Marmoush, Bob and Savio. Again, I'll get to that, but no Doku slander allowed. Gonzalez equals the Grealish 2.0. I disagree. I disagree. I think Gonzalez looked okay when he came into midfield to replace Rodri. Again, we're playing against 10 men, but we were playing good before we were against 10 men. So, a step in the right direction, long way to go, but some good signs. Hey, we're not back. Maybe I should just put that out there. We are not back. It's too early to say. Now, if by January we're 10 points cleared and we've won every game since from now to January, then we're back. But expect some ups and downs. Yeah? Last season was down. Now we're going up and down a bit, and then we can start going in that upwards trajectory again once we've got everything figured out. But I think, yeah, we're gonna have some downs, but I think it's gonna be a better season. And if I look the way we played, this is how you win a trophy. You don't have to be the best team to win the Champions League. I don't think we are the best team in Europe. But we have a striker, a goalkeeper, and a 6. The 3 most important positions, in my opinion, to win a Champions League. Best goalkeeper in the world, best 6 in the world, who's fit again, best striker in the world, and a core built around it. As long as everyone keeps fit, I think that's a Champions League winning team. I honestly do. You've just got to keep playing this way, and the rest of the players have to keep performing. Which isn't a guarantee. I'm not saying we're winning the Champions League, by the way. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying this is what you need to do. Keep doing this until January. Show me we can keep doing that. And then why not? I mean, if we do that until January, keep this consistent until January, why can't we? Why can't we? If we can keep this consistent and we're bored in the league, like let's say we're comfortably top 4, but we're not gonna win the league, let's say that scenario, that's usually what teams who win the Champions League look like. Look at Real Madrid's three-peat. They won 1 league title in that period. But they won 3 Champions Leagues. Why? Because they were poor in the league. They were nowhere near the top. They were gonna be 2nd or 3rd. They weren't gonna win the league title. So all eggs in the Champions League basket. Now there's 3 questions. Who's your 6? Depends. From year to year, it was Casemiro. I mean, they didn't really play with a 6. They had a different system. But I guess you could say Casemiro or Marcelo, if we're being technical. Anyhow, 2 world-class players in today. Cristiano Ronaldo, the best striker in history. No slander on Ronaldo, by the way. Because I know some people are going to be like, oh, Beckham is better than Ronaldo. Yeah, sure, yes. Ridiculous when people say stuff like that. And they're the goalkeeper. They're one of the best goalkeepers in the world. So you combine all of that, and now you've got a Champions League winning team. Even though they're not the best in Europe. That's how you make Champions League winning team. KDB, Stinker, and Hooked. I disagree again. I mean, I am incredibly surprised that they took off De Bruyne when they did. I mean, they should have taken off Anguissa. You take off Anguissa, put McTominay in midfield, and put... I don't know, I guess you would put Noah Lang on left back, or sorry, left wing. Then you've got left wing Noah Lang. Then you've got De Bruyne, McTominay, Lobotka, Politano, and you get a back 3. I mean, it's not optimal, but when you've got a red card, the worst thing to do is fall back in your box with no option to go forward. And what did they do? They fell back into our box with no option to go forward. I don't think De Bruyne played poorly, he barely played. Pep is the GOAT. At the moment, yes. KDB doesn't have the legs to defend, bro. That's just... I think it's just a dumb decision, really. I think Conte fucked up. I think football fans like to... I mean, I'm guilty of this as well. We're all guilty of this. I think football fans like to look at the results and justify what happened by the result. We don't say, oh, Haaland played a good game when we beat Arsenal, or when we lose to Arsenal 5-1. Haaland did have a good game against Arsenal, and we lost 5-1. But people look at the result and they say everyone played shit. I think we sometimes look at the result and thereby justify the performance, which isn't always true. But yeah, on to the next player. Who do I want to talk about first? I'll think Tijani. I'll talk about Tijani first. Oh, at least we broke them down. They play the same low block like Arsenal. Yeah, I think Tijani, you're saying we broke them down. I think Tijani is a big reason why. Not because he was passing the ball great at all. He had some okay passes there, not consistently great. But Tijani, crashing the box. Every time, yeah, we went forwards, Tijani was around that box. Either he was already inside, either he was running into the box, or he was standing on the edge of the box waiting for the ball. When you have that extra player there who's gonna help Haaland going forward, now they need to defend against that extra player. And they couldn't. Because you had Rodri running around them, you had Foden running around. They couldn't get to Tijani. They could not defend Tijani and Haaland at the same time. I think Tijani's statistics probably don't show just how well he played. He should have scored his chance. He did get a very good chance there. Was it? It was Doku was on the Silva. It was Silva, right? Who was on the right. He was like Silva was like going to the right and to the left and to the right and to the left again, and then cut it back to Tijani. He should have scored that, but he was there. And he got to those chances. Now once you start scoring those, now you're an even bigger threat. But just being there means you can't be unmarked. I don't know where he got 3 expected assists from. 2 chances created. I'm gonna be honest, I cannot remember what chances this guy created. But yeah, I think he played okay. He was the legs in midfield. And sometimes that's enough. Listen. Tijani, coming into a new system, new league, new everything. Give him time. I know people don't like to give anything time, myself included. But I don't think he's playing poor. Could have scored 2 goals. Both shots blocked. Same against United. Yeah, but I mean, the Lobotka clearance is just unlucky. No, sorry, it wasn't Lobotka. It was Politano. But I think the second chance you should score that. Because you can see when players are coming over your shoulder to block a shot. You can see when players are standing right in front of you to block a shot. You know someone is going to block your shot. Go through them. Go around them. Or don't shoot past it. I mean, then again, you've got a moment where maybe Tijani should have shot and he passed it or crossed it, whatever you want to call it. And he really should have shot. But you can see when players are lining up to block your shot. Whether they come over your shoulder or come from behind you or are standing in front of you. You can see that. It's not like he just magically spawned over there. So, no, I do think he should have done better with his shots. But other than that, I think he was mostly good. Didn't win any duels, though. He did not win any duels, which needs to be better, but other than that, I think he was good. Now, Silva. Bernardo Silva. Oh, wrong one. I think a lot of Man City fans need to get off his cock, to put it bluntly. Do I think Bernardo Silva played poorly? No. He was okay. Bernardo Silva was okay. Got the ball, he slowed things down, he went backwards. Got the ball, he slowed things down, he went backwards. Got the ball, he slowed things down, he went backwards. He just does what he always does. Fair enough. But I feel like Oscar Bob could do that role and add creativity. I'm gonna be honest. But did he play poorly? No. No. I think he played okay. I mean, comes back to defense, which can't always say about Oscar Bob. But other than that, hey, can't complain. Silva just comfortable. Just comfortable. Wasn't great. He was okay. I think he played a good game, but he wasn't great. Wasn't. He wasn't the reason why we won. He wasn't the difference, I think, in that game. I think he was okay, but I just think people look at this game and they're like, oh yes, Silva is back to prime levels. I don't quite agree. I do think Silva is running a bit low on energy nowadays. He doesn't press as much as he used to. He controls the game, which he always does, and it's great when he does that. But I feel like Oscar the Bob can do that and more. But I'm happy with Silva. In fact, against Arsenal, I would play the exact same 11. I would not put Oscar the Bob in there for Silva. Because big game, and we've got a working system, keep it, right? I would just go up to Arsenal, exact same lineup. I'm happy with Silva. I just don't think he was as great as I see some people say. I see some people say that Bernardo Silva is back to prime levels, and I'm like, that's a bit of an exaggeration. He was good. He was good. Here's the thing, yeah? Here's the thing. People always go to extremes nowadays. Either you're shit or you're great. How about below average, average, above average, good? Not just great or shit, but a whole plethora in between that. I think Silva was good. Don't think he was great. Good. I'm happy with him. I will start him against Arsenal, unless he gets injured. But not great. So I think people just exaggerate sometimes with players, and I mean, I get it. You love these players. I love these players. I mean, I love a lot of them. But I don't care about some of these players, to be fair. Especially the newer players. I don't care that much about them. But I do love Silva. But he's also not the Silva he used to be. Did he play good? Yes. He didn't win us the game. I see people rave about Silva's performance, and I don't get it. Yeah, he was good, but that's... I mean, good on Silva. I don't know how to put it. Good on Silva, but don't exaggerate, right? Now, with that said, I think we've got someone who we cannot exaggerate about. Someone who you cannot praise enough for this game. Actually, you can. I've seen people compare him to... I've seen people comparing him to Iniesta. And maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration there, but... Philip Walter Foden. My man of the match. I gave him man of the match after the... after my watch along. And I'll reaffirm it. He's my man of the match. He played brilliant. I see people claim... Big up Matthäus. I see people claim Foden does not give performances. I see people say that a lot. Oh, Foden doesn't give performances. He just gets output. I disagree. Look at this game. He could have had no assists. He would have completely... He could have completely just... had no output, and he would have still been the reason we won. Napoli was being run circles around by Foden. It's passes into the box, it's movement forwards, it's just movement in between the lines to displace defenders. Foden was brilliant. Honest to God, yeah. That was the level that Foden played at the Bernabeu. He didn't score the banger like he did at the Bernabeu, but he played at that same level as he did in the 4-beat season at the Bernabeu. You could not touch him. He just wriggled through midfield. He passed the ball incredibly fast. Chance great to pass to Haaland. You remember that red card, the pass to Haaland. I mean, that is a De Bruyne-esque pass. Haaland, of course, gets taken down, red card, yada yada, but that's not the point. And then again to Haaland. I believe just... And what minute was it? 50 minutes? 56th minute. Okay, 56th. The pass to Haaland there as well. It's very intelligent. He just gets the ball, he flicks it up. He knows Haaland is going to be there. Haaland goes on and scores a really good goal. His chance creation was incredible. He got so many balls into the box. And he was able to just force his way into the box. Defensively, he did recover the ball, by the way. He did have a good recovery and there, which again allows you to go forwards again. Because you win back the ball in midfield with Foden. You don't have to go back and defend. And there you go. You continue now. Crosses. He must have put in 10 or something crosses in that game. Not all of them successful, of course, but he put in a lot of crosses. And these crosses were, yeah, they were creating threats. And they had their entire box, they had their entire 11 into 16-yard box. And they could barely deal with these crosses. I think the header from Tijani that he missed was a cross from Foden. The header from Haaland that he missed was a cross from Foden. Balls from deep, balls from wide, balls from on the touchline. Everywhere, Foden was creating. Foden was playing deep, was controlling the game. If Foden was playing a perfect game. He really was. That's about as perfect as you can get without being like Messi. That is like the closest you can get to being perfect unless you're Messi or like Maradona or one of these great players. And now I'm not saying he's a sad player, but you do that 6 games, 7 games, 8 games in a row, and now people will suddenly put you in Ballon d'Or shouts. Like, that is a world-class performance by Foden. World-class, best played on the pitch by a country mile. Napoli looked shocked every time Foden had the ball. And City, I was never worried when Foden had the ball. I was so comfy when he had the ball. Because he just didn't lose it. He does not know how to lose the ball. In fact, I would bet my life he was not dispossessed once. Let's see here. I'll bet my fucking life on it that he was not dispossessed once in that game. Listen, I'm a bored gambler. But he was only dispossessed once. For someone who had a lot of the ball in midfield, he must have had the most touches of any midfielder. 82. How many did Tijani have? Touches. 59, and Rodri would have had like 70 maybe. Really? No, Rodri is a 6, doesn't count. He's like talking to the centre backs while he's on the ball. But for someone who's going forward, has all of the ball, and only losing it once in an entire game, was creating a bunch of big chances. That is world class. That is world class. Including the assist, by the way. His assist was top drawer. That's the Foden we want to see. Give us that Foden all season. Give that back to us. Give us that Foden from the 4-beat here. Show us that again. That's what it was. That was what we saw today. Very happy with Foden. Deservedly man of the match. I don't know if he actually got man of the match or not, but he deserves to be man of the match either way. He just played so incredibly well. Anyhow, left wing, Jeremy Doku. Right, let's talk about Doku. Because, listen, I think a lot of people think I don't like Doku. You are correct, I do not like Doku. But I can admit when I'm wrong. I have admitted when I'm wrong in the past. But I'm not gonna say I'm wrong because of 2 games. However, credit where it is due. Let's start with just this game. Just this game in isolation. I don't think Doku played well. I think he had a world-class goal. I think he had a world-class moment. I don't think he played a good game. I don't care though, because that moment won us the game. 2-0, game done, Napoli dead, won us the game. But I don't think he had a terrific performance. If you can't consistently replicate those world-class moments and you don't put in good performances, then you can't consistently play at this level. Which has been a problem for Doku in the past. He's had games where he has moments and people think he's great, but he's not kept it up. So that's just this game in isolation. Then you look at the Man United game, where he had a good game by all means, but now you could caveat that with, oh well, Man United is poor. I think what I'm looking at is, where is Doku's head? Is he looking down at his feet? Is he looking up in the air? Or is he actually head up, looking over his shoulder, looking at his teammate? Doku is doing that. Looking at his teammates, he's playing more inside. He was playing as a touchline winger when he first came to City. Now he's playing as an inside forward. Which, by the way, probably because Marmoush plays that way. And they decided, whoever in the coaching staff, let's keep that same system but with Doku. Doku is playing as an inside forward now, where I think he shines very well. I think you put him on the left wing, and you don't give him a chance to shoot, and or to go into the box and shoot and that stuff. He doesn't do as much for you. In that more inside role, I think he looks a lot better. Much better even. But it's been one good game, one bad performance but world-class moment, which makes it a good game for me. It's too soon to say, because we've got 2 years before this where it was not good enough. 2 years before this, that was not good enough from Foden. Yes, 2 really good games, and I'm happy with that. And by the way, let me just add this as well, yeah? But if you have a poor performance once every 5 games, but Hugo scored a world-class goal when you have a poor performance, nobody will care about your poor performances once every 5 games. I'm just putting that out there. So if you can mask your poor games like Doku did with a world-class goal, I'm fine with that. I'm just saying, 2 games after 2 years of bad performances aren't enough. He's got until January, I'd assume, until Marmoush is going to be completely match fit again, to show why he is the guy. Am I saying he can't do it or he can? I'm saying neither. I am saying, grab some popcorn, sit back and watch. Don't go out there saying Doku has to start every game. And don't say Doku should be on the bench. Doku has to start. The way he's played the past 2 games, he has to start against Arsenal. He deserves it. So, but that doesn't mean yet that the 2 years of poor performances are gone. So, just sit back and watch. Sit back, watch, see what he does, see if he keeps playing this way, see if he improves. And if that's the case, I mean, problem solved with that left winger, I suppose, if that's the case. Because the way he's playing right now, ever since he got baptized, yo, I need to get the cross out. That baptism, bro. There is power in Christ, my guys. There is power in Jesus Christ. One moment. There is power in Jesus Christ of Nazareth, bro. Get yourself baptized if you want to be a world-class footballer. Ever since he's been baptized, he's been playing unreal. Now let's see, can you keep it up? Is this a purple patch? Or are you gonna keep this up? If he keeps this up, and he's got, by the way, I need to add this as well. One bad game does not mean he's shit. If he has like 5 really good games now, plays 1 bad game, plays 5 good games again, that doesn't mean he's shit. It just means he plays a bad game. Haaland has had bad games. Foden, De Bruyne, when he played for us. Rodri, Gundogan, if you want to go with older players who have left. Vincent Kompany, who a lot of people think is the Man City GOAT. A lot of players have had bad games. Husanov as well. Husanov has had a bad game at City. One bad game doesn't mean you're shit. One good game does mean you're great. Or two good games. Show me, over the course of a season, were you good or bad. I think this is the moment to judge Doku. Or to not judge Doku. To just stay silent, wait, watch, and when it's all done, then speak. I'm gonna wait with Doku now. I'm gonna wait until at least January. And listen, if he's playing shit from now to January, I'm gonna call it out. If he's playing like that every game, and he's scoring goals like that every game, I'm gonna call him the best winger in the Premier League. Because there is not a winger in the Premier League who scores a goal like that every game. He goes do that every game, he's the best winger in the Premier League. But if from now until the end of the season, or until January, he's shit, then he's shit. There's a whole spectrum available for Doku here. Just wait and see. I think that's honestly the best. I think that's the best way to look at Doku right now. Because way too many people just want to... some people, yeah, this is the problem with Doku specifically. Because he's one of those players who has like a cult-like following. You can't quite explain why, but he's got like a cult-like following. And when you get players like that, you've always got the stands who do too much, and you've got the haters who do too much in the opposite direction. I think some people just need to admit with Doku, he's playing good, right? He's playing very good right now. Give him his flowers, and let's see if it continues. And if it does, long may it continue. He's looking brilliant right now. He really is. He really is. Right then. Big man Erling. I suppose I should have talked about Haaland before Doku. Because Haaland scored the first goal and Doku scored the second. But we're going back in time to Haaland's goal. Or maybe before that even, to red card. Which I think is Haaland's first proper chance to do anything. That ball was played into Haaland with such good weight. Haaland was so ready for that ball. And he would have won that ball. The way he was just lined up, ready to go around the goalkeeper, he looked sharp. He looked like he wanted to kill Napoli in that moment. Of course, he gets taken out, and it's a free kick and red card. That's already the first sign of Haaland is in the game. Then, a little while later, a ball is crossed into Haaland. Now, Haaland's headers, we know how that story goes. But he gets there, he heads it over the bar. It was actually pretty close. I think you should, if you haven't watched that back yet, go watch that chance back. It was actually pretty close. I don't know why Haaland is so bad at headers. I really don't. He does not head a ball. He doesn't head a ball the way you should. I think he does it with too much power sometimes. Here's the thing. I think Haaland either gives good direction or good power. He doesn't know how to add both direction and power to a header. Which is difficult, to be fair. It is difficult to head a ball with power and direction. But you don't always have to do that. I feel like Haaland almost always puts a lot of power behind his headers. And I'm like, if you're a bit softer with this ball, I think you'll score more headers. And I'm not listen, I'm not a coach, I'm not a professional striker, but I was pretty good with headers myself, so I'm not sure if I'm great advice to Erling Braut Haaland here, but I find it, when you head the ball a bit softer, it's way easier to put it in a corner and the goalkeeper never gets there. He misses a lot of headers, we know that. But a second good chance, should I say. He only had two good chances, by the way. Both of them headers. second good chance, he headed that beautifully. And look at the way he headed it. There was no power on that ball. You don't need power on every header. There is only one type of header that needs power. That is far post, bullet header into the floor. You bullet headed the ball into the floor, into the ground, and you score that way. That's the only time you need to put power on a header. On any other header, don't try to put power on it. If you put power on a ball you hit, bring it down to the floor, otherwise it will fly to the rosettes. And look at how delicately he headed that ball. I know Haaland would have, in another situation, smacked that ball with his head and send it straight into the stratosphere. He did that so. Haaland is so good with strange finishes. It's like goal against Dortmund, whatever the fuck you call that. His goal against Sparta Praha. This goal today. He's so good with abnormal finishes. That was an abnormal header, and he took it brilliantly. I think Haaland played a good game. Listen. Haaland is one of the few players in the world who does not need to touch the ball once to be the best player on the pitch. He wasn't today, Foden was. But Haaland barely touched the ball, and he kept running, going around, and everywhere was, all the areas became open. And Haaland ran, everyone trembled, basically, at Napoli's defense. And even if he didn't get the ball, it doesn't matter. Someone else is free. Look at how deeply they had to fall back and still could not hold Haaland out. He played a brilliant game. He got awarded with a goal that he scored brilliantly. This is the best striker in the world. Big up, by the way, to him and to this city. This is the best striker in the world. If you don't think that this guy is the best striker in the world, who is? Genuinely. Who is the best striker in the world if not Erling Haaland? Who is it? Give me a serious answer. Don't come take the piss here. Don't tell me fucking Isak, who's bang average. Who is the best striker in the world if not Erling Haaland? Give me a serious answer to that. There is none. There honestly is none. Because I can tell you right now, yeah, Haaland does everything better than whoever your favorite striker is. Passing, he does it better. Dribbling, maybe not his strongest suit, fair. Scoring, does it better. Gravity has more of it. Runs, does it better. Movement, does it better. Holder play, does it better. It's so brilliant. Big up, by the way, to Liam, as I said before. Buzzing from yesterday, so am I. Buzzing from 2 games in a row. Buzzing. By the way, have you noticed 3-0 against Man United, 2-0 against Napoli, 3-2-1, come on, 3-2-1, you know how it goes. 3-0 against Man United, 2-0 against Napoli, 1-0 against Arsenal. We will be there, 1-0, stinky Haaland goal, we will be there. Phil Foden, I'm so relieved he's looking this good. We need him this season, I agree. We need this guy to live again. Bro, Phil Foden looked like he was dying before. We need this guy to be alive again. That pass from Foden that put Haaland through for the red card was absolutely unreal, I agree. This has been Erling Haaland's worst start to a Premier League ever. 5 goals in 4 games. I think it's also his most difficult start, though. To be fair, let's go through this. Not my YouTube. I opened for. Let's go through this, yeah, Haaland. Because I think. Let's see. Who did we? I mean, I remembered who we played this season. Let's go to last season. Premier League. Okay, so Chelsea is easier than, Chelsea is harder than Wolves, but we're looking at first 4 games here, yeah? We played against Wolves. Wolves is more difficult than Ipswich. So Wolves is tougher than Ipswich. Brighton is tougher than Brentford. Man United, Brighton is tougher than Brentford. Man United is tougher than West Ham. And Tottenham this season is better than Chelsea at the start of last season. Because they started very poor. So, all 4 games that we started this season have been tougher games than the first 4 games of last season. So yeah, he's had a worse start, but he's played against tougher teams. He's not played against any relegation fodder yet. Then here, Wolves is better than Burnley. And Sheffield. Wolves is better than both of these. Tottenham, last season, better than Newcastle in the 4th beat. Or Tottenham right now, better than Newcastle in the 4th beat. Fulham, about the same as Brighton. In fact, yeah, about the same as Brighton, I'd say. So, and here he scored 6 goals. He scored 7 goals in his first 5 games here. So if he scores twice against against Arsenal, he's already matched this season despite playing tougher fixtures. Now let's go back to the debut season, the treble season. West Ham. Brighton is tougher than West Ham. Yeah, Brighton is tougher than West Ham. Spurs is tougher than Newcastle. Spurs this season is tougher than Newcastle that season. And Man United is tougher than Crystal Palace. So again, we're talking here about either all 4 games so far, or 3 of the games, or 3 of the first games, being tougher this season than in the opening games of previous season. You've just had a tough start, really. Because, I mean, you know what way you can see if you've had a tough start? If you've got a run of easy games. Let me show you a run of easy games. Burnley, Brentford, Everton, Aston Villa not really, but Bournemouth, Leeds, Fulham, Sunderland, Crystal Palace, West Ham. Nottingham Forest is going to fall off this season. So I'm talking about 10 easy games here coming up with 2 challenging games between them. After Arsenal, 10 of our next 12 games are easier. I'm not saying they're easy, but they're easier. So, if you want to see if you've had a difficult start, look at if you've got an easy run coming soon. Because that's what happens when you've had a difficult start. By the way, that's not any excuses, by the way, but I'm just saying. Because I think when you bring up statistics like, oh, Haaland has only scored 5 goals in 4 games. Yeah, what a... Strikers have a wet dream of that. But anyhow, when you bring up those statistics, I do think it's important to realize had a bit of a tougher start this season and previous season. But anyhow, big up to him. How are you? Get in. Hold that Napoli. Hey, bro. I got my revenge on De Bruyne. That man stopped Club Brugge from winning the league title in 2010. Or, well, 2011. He scored a hat-trick, but... in 2011, we would have won the league title if we beat Genk. De Bruyne scored a fucking hat-trick. Anderlecht won the league title. So I fucking remember that, yeah? I love De Bruyne, but I needed my revenge for that hat-trick he scored in 2011. I've got my revenge. I love you, De Bruyne. But I needed that, yeah? There you go. They are genuinely convinced Kane is better. That's the one they always say. But he's not. I mean, if you look at Haaland's goal-to-game ratio, in the Bundesliga for Dortmund. He would have been insane goals-wise for Bayern München. He would be scoring 20 goals every game for Bayern. Like, it's ridiculous. Mbappé or Lewandowski? Well, Mbappé is not a striker, and Haaland now is better than Lewandowski now. Lewandowski treble season is better than current Haaland. But Lewandowski treble season, in my opinion, is the best striker of all time that I've seen. I got injury news on Simon Mignolet. It's not a serious injury, but he is back against Atalanta. Okay, fair. We need to play against Arsenal like we did in the treble season, in my opinion. Remember that 3-1 win away from home. We let them have all the ball. I agree and disagree. I both agree and disagree. There's two teams on the pitch. I mean, that's obvious, right? But there are two teams on that football pitch. You don't always decide how the game goes and who has the ball, and you don't decide those things all the times. Sometimes another team can just set up shop and you've got no say in it. Sometimes the other team just doesn't want the ball, just plays it long. You can say, let them have the ball, and I agree, I get it. But if Arsenal just are like, we don't want the ball, play it long each time, you need to adapt to what your opposition does. If Arsenal plays the way they played at the Etihad and the 4-beat season, we've got no choice but to have the ball. Because they'll just keep giving it back to us. And we should not give it straight back. Because if we keep giving the ball back, we waste out players like Rodri and Foden who thrive on the ball. Go on the counter, absolutely, I agree, we need to counter. But if Arsenal sits back and refuses to give us a chance to counter, you can't counter. Then you've got to find a different way to win. So I agree with this. My problem is, how will Arsenal play? Listen. No offense to Arsenal fans, because I know Mob is in here. Maybe he'll be watching it on replay or he's watching live, I'm not sure. But Arsenal is a cowardly team. Whenever faced with a big team, they shrink, they retreat, they pray. Please, football gods, give me a draw. You remember when they celebrated a draw? Actually, this is a good. I need to build this one up. But this is what Arsenal does. When they play big teams, they hope for a draw. They are happy with a draw, Arsenal. I'm looking up right now if I can find this clip. I mean, it's such a brilliant clip. I can't find it, so. Oh, I found it! I found it. Beautiful, guys. Let me share my screen. This is one of the best clips in football history. Can you, is the audio on? Yes. Let me show you what I mean with Arsenal is a cowardly club. This is a draw in the 4-beat season. If they won, they win the league title. This draw meant Man City wins the title. See how they react.
I see it full time. Has he blown the whistle?
Yep.
Yes! Come on! Well done, Arsenal. It's not a win, but it's a fucking good effort. Oh. I take it all day.
I'm fucking muted. I'm a fucking mutant. That is, if they won, they get the title. If they won, they get the title. But they're celebrating a draw. That is Arsenal. So you can't say, yeah, I know I'm muted, my apologies. So you can't say, yeah, let Arsenal have the ball. If Arsenal play football like that, like pussies, basically. They need to play that way. If they don't, break them down. Look at how Napoli played. Napoli was a pussy. Napoli were pussies, mate. They sat in their box cowards. Even before the red card, they were pussies. They were scared. And we took them apart. we created chances before the red card, after the red card, all the way to the end, and we scored twice against an incredible defense. Now do it again. Do it against Arsenal. Put them. Look at how Arsenal plays. Adapt to how they play. Don't be a rock. Eh? Don't be a rock. In the treble season, Man City was like water. You know what I mean by that? Man City was like water. Whatever the pit, we will fill the pit to every crevice. We will completely fill it. We will adapt perfectly. Every single pit we were thrown into. A rock, you throw that into a pit and you press it down, it breaks. But water doesn't break. Water changes form to adapt. That's what we need to do. We need to look at how Arsenal plays, change form, adapt. Look at the treble season. Against Real Madrid, yeah, we had, I believe, 70% of the ball in the treble season. One game before that, in the quarterfinal, we had 40% of the ball against Bayern Munich. Two completely different ways of playing against two different teams. And we won both games, 3-0 and 4-0 respectively. Don't be stubborn. I think that's the thing. Don't be stubborn in how we play. And we are not. We're playing well right now. We are the opposite of stubborn. We are adapting to our opposition. That's why we're winning. Because the players are good, because the system works, and because we're flexible. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. I think he's been great. I'm just saying that 5 goals in 4 games is his worst start. That shows how good he is. I agree. I read this already. Hat-trick against Arsenal to get to 400 career goals. Oh, he's on 300. Oh, I need to check this. I need to check this as well. I need to check this right now. Not Arsenal, Haaland. All seasons. So he's got 48 for Norway. 48 plus 267. This is goals, right? Oh, plus GA, probably. Plus GA. Plus 57 assists. And whatever the assists he has for Norway. Let's see. So we've got 372. Plus 6. So, no, that is not true. That is not true. I don't know where you saw this, but that's not. But I was joking, Alf. I brought it up just to show. Yeah, I know. I know. I got no school on Monday. Hey, big up. I don't think Arsenal will come at us, though. I do think they'll come at us. Really? I think quite the opposite. I think Arsenal will be much the same like Napoli, but I mean, Arsenal will be like Napoli, except they have Gyökeres for holder play instead of Højlund, and they have Eze off the bench. They have Ødegaard on the pitch instead of Anguissa. They won't go down to 10 men because they're more disciplined. So I think they'll play in the same style, but I think they'll just play better. Nielsen Angulo, 2029 contract extension. There you go. And my apologies for being muted, by the way. Next game for the Newcastle is in Champions League as Union away. Hey, listen. Listen, people. If you fucking hate Newcastle, that's gonna be a game to watch. Because for those who don't know, yeah, you know how Newcastle away is a cunt of a game? You know how you go to St. James's Park? It's a long fucking game. St. James's Park is a long game. Know what, yeah? Newcastle is about to find out. Because St. Giles, I'm not sure what their stadium is called. It's in St. Giles, so. That is quite the same game, bro. That is quite the same game. Newcastle are gonna find out, bro. They're gonna see It's just a page out of their own book. It's gonna be glorious, delicious, delirious. Embarrassing. That is an embarrassing clip, I agree. I do predict Arsenal will come at us. That's why I said let them have the ball. If they don't come at us, we'll have to do something different. But we'll see. Yeah, I agree with that. The Leuven women are playing Barcelona women. Let me see Women's Champions League quickly. Women's UCL. They still have group stages? No, they do have normal now, I guess. Only 12 teams advance. They go straight to quarterfinals, okay. Not sure if I like that system. I mean, it's basically a smaller Champions League what they've got. I guess they've got less proper teams there. Fair enough. Women's Champions League is going to be interesting. I'm going to watch some games. I can't promise to watch every game. I don't know if it's true. Saw someone say it on X. Saw it on X from a City account. Don't know where they got it from. Okay, fair enough. France media are saying Club Brugge is menacing. I'ma be honest. Club Brugge wasn't as good as Monaco was absolutely appallingly terrible. League 1 is so bad, guys. I don't think people realize how shit League 1 is when you take out PSG. When you take out coefficients won by PSG, they drop out of the top 9 leagues in the world. In Europe. Their coefficients without PSG is below top 9. They're 10th. They are 10th. I don't think people realize just how shit Ligue 1 is. Marseille is not a great team. Monaco is not a great team. Lille, Lyon are not great teams. This is like there is no top 5 leagues. There are top 4 leagues and Ligue 1. And PSG, should I even say. Big question. I know this is hard to answer in a lot of ways, but are we back if we beat Arsenal? No. No. You know when we're back? You know when we are back? I'll show you when we're back. Give me a moment. This is when we are back. This is when you are back. No, not when you beat Arsenal. How many trophies do you win beating Arsenal? Oh, you beat Arsenal. Whoopity-doo. Whoopity-doo, bro. You beat Arsenal. Arsenal beat us in the 4-beat season at the Emirates 1-0. And we won the title. Was Arsenal back when they beat us at the Emirates? No. Because that very same season, that trophy was lifted by Man City. In fact, that's a fucking photo of the trophy lift in the 4-beat season when Arsenal beat us at the Emirates. You are not back because you beat a team. We are back when we win the Premier League or win the Champions League. One or the other. That's when you are back. Finish second, you're not back. You get to a final, you're not back. You win the Carabao Cup, I enjoy it, but you're not back. You are back when you win that thing. That's when you are back. Because so many football fans, they waffle too. And I mean, I do too. But so many football fans, they just run their mouths. It's so arrogant about other teams, other leagues, all of this. Like sometimes, focus on yourself, be honest, see where we're at, and be patient. Like, don't always just say this or that definitively. We all do it. I do it, you do it, we all do it. Sometimes, don't. Like with Doku. I see people already choosing sides on Doku. I see people digging the trenches, Doku has to go. And I see people building a palisade, crown him king. how about we wait until the end of the season and we'll decide at the end of the season was Doku good or bad? How about that? Just saying. Just saying. Because when he plays good, play him. When he plays bad, say it. I'm so happy with Pep. He's adapting incredibly recently. I agree with that. I mean, didn't PSG come to Jan Breidel and draw? I distinctly remember that. PSG went to Jan Breidel and drew. I do remember that. Thoughts on Doku? Count Doku. I'm seeing improvements in last 2 games. Really hope he can keep it up. I mean, that's all it is. Keep it up. I love what I see. Keep it up. What's the point of these 2 games if now against Arsenal is useless? Keep it up. Keep it up. That's all. Monaco that bad. Yes. Should be another 3 points next in the Champions League then. Bro, Agliush is shit. People linking Man City to Agliushi. Fuck this guy, he's shit, bro. He doesn't know how, he does not know if he's left-footed or right-footed, I swear down. I don't think he's either-footed. You know how... What's the opposite of someone who uses both feet well? Let me look this up. Let's ask Google. What do you call someone who is not good with either foot? Well, this is useless. That was useless. 2 foot. There you go. It's. He lacks laterality. He lacks laterality. There you go. I'm a learned man. I am a learned man. I'm a learned man, guys. Laterality, I think. He lacks it. He's shit. He's so shit. Vanderson? Holy stinker, bro. Vanderson. Jesus Christ. Don't link Man City to any player in that Monaco team. They are proper shit, mate. On Saturday, Liverpool, Everton, Jack Grealish against Mo Salah. Let's go for Everton win. Do you feel like beating Arsenal at the Emirates can spark our season into life? I mean, again, 1 game means fuck all. We are going to play against Burnley. We're going to play against Bournemouth soon and Leeds and these easier teams. 1 game at a time, bro. Beat Arsenal or draw or whatever. Whatever you do at Arsenal, you still need to do it in the other games. Beating Arsenal is not some turning point, you won the league. No. We're not back because we beat Arsenal. We're back because we win a league title. Or because we win a Champions League or something. Hans van Aken is on Champions League Team of the Week. Well, that's not surprising. Bro, go back to watch his goal if you have not seen it. In fact, I'll put it in chat here right now. That is one of the best goals you'll see. And so many people, you don't realize that Hans van Aken is generally just a world-class player. Because, oh, why would a world-class player play for his hometown club where he gets a lot of money, where he wins titles, and where he goes, or has his children grow up in the same country he grows up in? So confusing, right? Gonna take a while to find it, I'm sure. There you go. I found it. If you have not seen this goal yet, as Swim says, that's a Frank Lampard goal. That's the type of goal you think Frank Lampard would score. Referee for Club Brugge, bro. That referee was honest to God shite, bro. I think that referee is mentally disabled. No way I'm seeing Liverpool fans argue with Isak, 1 Champions League goal, saying Marmoush has 0. Omar has played 97 minutes in the Champions League. Well, here's a better question. Here is a better question. Isak and Haaland. Let's compare Alexander Isak's Champions League goal tally and Erling Haaland's. How about that? How about that, guys? How about that one? At the end of the day, Isak is not more complete. Isak is not better in any way. I'm absolutely sick of these Liverpool fans. I agree. Listen. They will win the league title. They'll waffle their shit. They'll do this, that, yada yada. They'll waffle. But it's gonna be short-lasted. It's gonna be short. They get to enjoy their little time being cunts. They get to go to 21 league titles, which means Man United has no claim on being the best team in England or the biggest anymore. But nobody will care. 1 against 50. I'm sick of the argument, well, Isak is more complete. More complete in losing, maybe. He's won fuck all trophies in his career. Oh, he's won 1 Carabao Cup. Whoopity-doo, mate. Whoopity-doo. Oh, Isak won the Carabao Cup with this club, with Newcastle. Newcastle is such a shit club, apparently. Whoopity-doo. Newcastle fans talk way too much. It's so annoying, so loud, so stupid. Like, they need to shut up. Honest to God. Smash the likes. Indeed, do just so. Do just so. Anyhow. Before I round up, let's finish with talking about the next few games. Let me share my screen again. And let's see Man City's next few games. So, speaking of the Carabao Cup. You know what, actually? You know what? Let's compare this. Let's compare this. He's won this. Whoopity-doo. So, 1 Carabao Cup, 1 Spanish Cup, 1 German Cup. He's won 3 cups. He's won 3 cups, guys. 3 cups, 0 league titles. Let's see Erling Haaland. 2 league titles and a Champions League. So, just this, what gets the rest of Erling Haaland's career, just this is better than Isak's career. Isak has won 3 trophies. Haaland has won 2 Premier Leagues and a Champions League. That alone is bigger than Isak's career. But he's also got a Super Cup, a German Cup, an FA Cup. I mean, Austrian leagues and cups, for those who care. So, oh, Isak won a cup for Newcastle. Hey, how many of these does Isak have? How many of these does Isak have? Oh. Well, how many golden boots does he have? Let's see. Erling Haaland, Champions League golden boots. Champions League golden boots, that's 2. Premier League golden boots. And Premier League golden boots, that's 4. Not including the European one. And Isak, 0. 0. You don't get golden boots and cups, for those who are wondering. Right. He's a better player than Haaland, so. Cool story. By the way, how old is Isak? 25, and Haaland is also 25, but he's younger. Isak's birthday is very soon. Isak turns 26 very soon. So he's a year older. Way less accomplished. But he's better, guys. He's better. Okay. Anyhow, right. Arsenal. We've been talking about Arsenal a bit already this stream, but start the exact same 11. I want to see this exact same 11. Start strong. Take advantage of the fact they don't have Saka. They do not have Saka. Take advantage. Take advantage. Don't be nice because they've got an injury. Take advantage. Maybe press more up on the pitch on the right hand side where you know, or where Husnov can cover for that. Or maybe push an extra man up from midfield. Take advantage somehow. Punish them for their poor man management. See how they play, adapt to them. Be like water, don't start off too cocky. Don't start off cocky, just start off calm, collected. Play for a win. And if you don't win and you draw, okay, fair enough. But if you win, brilliant. I will not give a prediction for that. I'll save that for later. I won't give a prediction yet. But this game, this is the climax of the past 3 games. This is the climax. Because we've had a poor period. Then we had a great win. Well, this was a good win, but a poor team. Then we have a very good win, but Napoli had a red card. This is the climax. The good, the great, the I don't know. The okay, the good, the great. I suppose you can list it that way. If we win that game, by the way, let me just show you the Premier League table right now. Table. If we win that game, we go to 9 points. And we will have a superior goal difference than Arsenal, most likely. Because theirs is 8, ours is 4. So let's say we win by 2 goals. We'll be above them. 9 goals. We'd be level with Arsenal. And depending on what Liverpool do, we'd be anywhere from 6 to 3 points behind them. With the terrible start we have had, that's quite good. And now you scroll down. Huddersfield. I'll take that any day of the week. What league does Huddersfield play in right now? League 1. That's a team you can beat and rotate against. Burnley. A team we can beat at home and rotate against. Monaco. Woeful from the game I've seen so far. That's a team we can beat. That's 3 games. I think we should win all 3. Brentford away. That's gonna be a tough game. Play this lineup. Play strong. Play precise. I think we win that game. That's 4 wins in a row. Everton at home. I think we win. Play out best 11 again. They can't use Grealish. That team is Grealish and Prey right now. That's 5 wins in a row. Villarreal. That's 6 wins in a row. That I can foresee. I'm not going to predict Aston Villa yet. That's far too far ahead. And Arsenal I'm not going to predict either. So I can see 5 wins in a row. I'm not saying we will, but I'm saying we can. And maybe we should. If you beat Arsenal, that's 7 wins in a row. All competition. When is the last time we've done that? I have no idea. But the atmosphere will be so much better if we do all of that. The atmosphere, the dynamic, the morale, it will all be better. We feel like City again if we do that. We have dominated Napoli, which is the first time in a while we dominated a big team. Now show it's not a fluke. Show, by the way, Man United is not a big team, by the way. Show it's not a fluke. Show it's not a fluke. Show you can do it again. And again. And again. And again. Show it. And if you do, then we're in for something. Then we're in for something, I think. Mamadou Diakon humbled Eric Dyer. Bro, Dyer was awful in that game. Man United's Chelsea. 4-0 to Chelsea. The Ballon d'Or ceremony is in 2 days as well. Who do you think wins the Ballon d'Or? I guess a bit of a side topic here, but who do you think wins the Ballon d'Or? I want to say Dembele. I really want Usman Dembele to win it. Because I just think it'd be funny. I don't even care if he deserves it or not. I just think it'd be really funny. It'd be so funny if Dembele won the ball. Dembele to win the Ballon d'Or before Mbappe. Will be dead. Oh, hallelujah, guys. We will be dead, guys. Usman Dembele is greater than Kylian Mbappe. There we go. I'll go with Dembele to win it. Fuck Mo Salah. He doesn't need it. I'll go 2-1. 2-1 Club Brugge. Club Brugge is on Sunday. And Arsenal... yeah, on the same day. Yeah, Dembele. I think it might be Rafinha or Salah. I doubt they'll give it to Yamal. I see a lot of hype around Yamal. I doubt they'll give it to him. I do doubt they'll give it to him. Anyhow. Especially with the drama that's been around Yamal recently. But anyhow, I will leave it there. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. For those who don't know, YouTube is fraudulent right now. YouTube is fraudulent. Lewis, it's LB. Lewis, I was watching a stream earlier, and he did talk about it as well, where a lot of YouTubers are not getting the same views as they're normally doing, because, like, they changed something in the YouTube algorithm, and it's not working as well, and they're not getting notifications. So, not all is well at YouTube right now. It's tough times for content creators. So like and subscribe, help me out, and I'll leave it there. I'll redirect you guys to Blue Friday show later today with MCFC Connect and Luke from Not In My Lifetime podcast. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.